breaking news coming in from Manipur, where there has been fresh violence. Fresh violence has broken out after what seemed like 2 days of calm. And a woman is among 3 people who have been killed, while 2 have been injured in this fresh violence that has broken out in Manipur. Remember, the situation in Manipur has remained tense ever since violence broke out early last month. And since then, there have been efforts to bring the situation under control. The fresh incident of violence, at least 3 people, including a woman, were killed, 2 others injured by suspected militants. This was in the Khoken village, is what army sources have said. Let's go across to Ratnadeep now for more. And Ratnadeep, what are the details? What is the latest you can share with us about this violence?
Well, what we have picked up from our police and army sources is that this incident must have happened actually in the very early today, but the confirmation has come little late. Now, this incident has taken place in Khoken village, which lies at the boundary of the Kangkopi and Imphal West district, where suspected militants had fired upon people in this village, where 3 people have died and 2 others are injured in this. Now, what is interesting here, what police sources are telling us, that the militants have come in a camouflage. They were wearing a khaki dress. That's what eyewitnesses have told them. That's what police sources are telling us. And they had come to the village and they had fired indiscriminately from automatic rifles. Remember, all this is happening when there is a massive combing operation being carried out by security forces along with army and state forces. And in the last 72 hours, there were there was no major incident, but now there is this fresh incident of violence. Meanwhile, the ITLF, Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, which has been, in the forefront of the demands that the Kuki tribe has been putting forward, has condemned this attack. They have categorically said in the statement that this attack looks like yet another example of utter disregard shown by the militants to the call given by the government, and particularly centered by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. In fact, they have gone on to state, they've just now sent a statement and gone on to state that the incident also violates the peace process called by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. So therefore, at a time when there is a move by center to try and broker peace, and also to try and collect the weapons which have been looted from the armory of police forces, try and keep the militants away. This fresh violence perhaps goes to show that it might take some more time for Manipur to return to normalcy, but efforts are on. Army sources are telling us that their combing up operation continues even in that area where the incident has taken place. Now, massive, security forces deployment has taken place.
Right, and Ratnadeep, when we say, return to normal, we're seeing those visuals that were taken when our reporters were on the ground there, and the kind of damage done to the towns, and we know thousands of people remain in the camp. So when we say return to normal, it's still a long time before we can, hope that these people can actually move back to their villages, as now, again, fresh violence breaking out.
That's right. In fact, about 37,000 people have got displaced from different communities, and for many of them, they don't have their homes anymore, because remember, hundreds of houses, across hundreds of villages in Manipur have been torched. So a lot of people, they would be in thousands, in fact, have lost their everything in this violence. So that would take a lot of time for them to return back to their homes. However, Center has actually declared a package of 101 crore rupees. This is an immediate package for Manipur for those who have been displaced. But that is to take care of them in terms of their stay in the relief camp. Remember, this has been over a month now that Manipur is witnessing a spell of violence, series of violence. Internet is shut down for close to 40 days now. In fact, relaxation of curfew was given in the affected districts today. But again, when curfew relaxation was given after the situation improved a bit in the last 3 days, now there is a fresh report of violence. So, more deployment is being done in the areas which are vulnerable, particularly the border areas between the Imphal Valley and the hill districts like Kankopi, districts like Churachandpur, even areas like Sugnu and Serau, where there were, for over a week, there were reports of every day there were reports of firing and clashes. Those areas, have not reported fresh incidents. So there was a sense building up that perhaps the relaxation of curfew could be elongated. But this incident perhaps now would make the security forces once again think about their strategy in terms of dealing with the situation.